Hello! Hello. Welcome. It is January 2nd today, and after a pretty rough Artorias fight yesterday, we did not end up finishing Dark Souls, and I'm hoping that maybe we can do it today. However, I'm a little worried about the Manus fight, because, the problem is that my intelligence build is falling apart at the end, and I feel as though we need to use the halberd for the rest of the game, because my magic damage just isn't doing diddly dick anymore. So let's see. I think down here is the best shortcut back here, right? This is what brings us down to, like, the... no, I don't like this. There's another bonfire, though, or something. Am I human right now? No. We still need to Detroit become human if I need to kindle a bonfire. We need to try to not become too human, though. Like the Silicone Knights. That would be... oh, that'd be a shame. Do you guys remember the game Too Human? I've talked about it before. I've talked about Too Human at length. That was the game that taught me not to put up expectations. Oh, please sit down. Hey. What is that from? I think it's Dokapon Kingdom, but I can't think of exactly when the character says it. Hey! I think it's like it's the weapons dealer. We're having a sale. And I want to say it's like when you go to buy something, he says like, hey. You know. And then when you rob him, he's like, you're trying to rob me? Seriously? Oh man, as I'm doing his voice, I'm just making it, so Jiro, let me explain. And it's like psyching me out to the point where I'm wondering if it's the same voice actor. Anyway, let's do that and figure out where exactly I do want to warp. I think we want to warp to the Township Dungeon. And I also think that I would appreciate if it were kindled. But I don't think it is. I guess there's only one way to find out, which is to drink an Estus and then sit down at it. It is kindled. Would you look at that? I planned ahead. Cause yeah, now we just go. Cause we could use, oh, you know what? The bonfire I was just at is the one right after Artorias, and we could use that to go through the 2 elevators to get down here. But I just don't think that that's as good of a shortcut. Or I feel like the shortcut is just as far away as just running down this way. So we come down like this. Ignore the little humanities. Ignore that guy. And just go, right? Ugh. Don't kill me. Don't throw another one and kill me. Yeah. So, if we're gonna take this route, I need to deal with that guy. And we're gonna have to deal with him every time. If I fail a lot. Which would explain Dark Souls 2's extinction mechanic, but that doesn't mean I agree with the Dark Souls 2 extinction mechanic. Basically, in Dark Souls 2, if you kill an enemy like 10 times or 11 times or something, it just stops respawning. But it's a weird mechanic to me. It makes it kind of goes against the precise level... Oh, jeez. Level design of where these enemies are placed and stuff, and it makes it seem like the developers aren't as confident. Hey, Helsing. It makes it seem like the developers aren't as confident in their level design, you know? Hey there, a wrestling clown? My character? Wrestling clown? We are getting down here. We're almost done. Oh, Doink the Clown? I've never heard of that, I've never heard of Doink the Clown before. I just think Doink is a funny word for, like gank or bop or whatever. You doinked them. Alright, so we're on the Manus fight now. Pretty worried about it, honestly. Pretty sure I'm gonna just get my shit rocked all day, but we'll see what happens. Because I can't... Oh, okay. Alright. Oh, yep, alright. It's been a long time since I've done Manus. And last time I did Manus, I had the Demon Great Hammer and like 50 strength. This time I have a plus 15 halberd with not enough strength to equip it. Because on this run, I've put all of my points into intelligence, and I have an enchanted Iaito, which is super kick-ass, except in the DLC where it sucks. It's kind of annoying. It's almost like everybody said that magic was overpowered, so then they made the DLC where magic does fucking diddly dick to anything. And so now here I am with a magic build, and I can't do any damage to any of the bosses with my weapon. At least that's how it feels. So instead we have a halberd. It's plus 15, but I don't necessarily have the stats for it. Alright. But yeah, we're just jumping right into Manus today. After Manus, we'll have Gwyn. Okay, that's more like it for damage. I need to learn this boss's attacks big time. I like... This might as well be my first time fighting this boss, because I don't remember really anything, except that this can explode sometimes when he puts his big monkey hand down. And then also, he does like a big combo. And then there might be like a raining dark thing that he does also. Okay, here's this big combo. When he yells like that. Okay, I'm not sure what to do about it. How much damage do you think Crystal Soul Spear does to him? Probably none. I bet it'll do as much damage as a halberd hit. But I'm curious enough to try. But this is gonna be funny because it'll take a while. Manus will be very, very difficult, but eventually I will defeat him. And then the next boss is gonna be Gwyn, which is just gonna be a laugh. It'll just be a chuckle. I mean, we are gonna doink him. And then, you know. And then we'll be done. Killer beans. Gohan, why didn't you dodge? Unfortunately, I've never watched... I know enough to know that that's Dragon Ball. I don't know enough to know what he sounds like. What Piccolo sounds like. Or Gohan. Or that I couldn't... Actually, if you had only said Gohan, I wouldn't have been able to tell you that that was Dragon Ball. I have heard of Piccolo, though. How much damage does this do? Yeah. About as much as a halberd hit. Oops, I'm one-handing. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. Time for the fight to... Alright, alright, we try it again. I think this bonfire is closer. If we take too much time, you know, then we will have to, try out the other bonfire. But this one's pretty close. The only thing I don't like is this stupid dude up here that'll shoot me with magic if I try to just run down that thing. I really like this bridge down here, though. It's very epic. So, just before the stream, I went out to the store. Well, I'll show you what I got in a second. Okay. This is all easy enough stuff to dodge. Just gotta do it. Okay, he's about to explode? No? He, like, really held on that for a minute. Okay. Uh-huh. I did beat Earthbound. So, funny thing, here's what happened. Oh, that has a very large range on it. Here's what happened. Earthbound. I got to the point where the scientist needed a piece of the meteorite in order to make the Mr. Saturn ship send us to where we could fight Gygus. Gygus? And, or is that Chrono Trigger? Is Gygus Chrono Trigger, or was that Earthbound? What the hell is the last boss in Chrono Trigger's name? Lavos, okay. Anyway, so we needed the piece of the meteorite. So I go back to Onet, and try to get to where the meteor was, but there's this fence in the way with the entertainer's shack. Or the traveling entertainer's shack or something that needs a key. So I spent like 4 hours, it feels like, walking around looking for the Runaway Five, because I figured that they must be the traveling entertainer everybody's talking about. Who else would it be? When I went to play it the other day, you know, I decided, okay, it's been a while, I'm gonna go back to Onet and, like, explain to the audience what I'm doing and where... Uh-oh. I need to be two-handing. Explain to the audience where I'm at, what happened last time, you know, here's the shack and stuff. And what I discovered is that the way to the meteorite is not behind that shack. You just have to go a different way through the forest. There's just like a different path that goes to the meteorite. And so we went there. And then that teleported us to the final area of the game, which was very short. And we fought the last boss and won. No, I don't think any last boss stuff got spoiled. No. There were certainly people questioning my strategy and, you know, like answering a couple questions that I was just saying out loud and didn't really want answered, but nothing spoilery, you know? But the prey thing got me for a little bit. What happened was Jeff and Pooh were just getting the shit kicked out of him. I couldn't keep him alive. And Paula could survive some stuff pretty well, but then he would do one move that would just kill her in one hit. Like, it didn't even do damage to her. It just, like, she just died when he did the move. So for a while, I was like, I'm just gonna fight him as Ness. Because Ness got super powered from that one cutscene. Everybody else dies too fast. I'm just gonna fight him with Ness. So I sat there and fought him for a long time with Ness, and I was, like, really sustaining. But the fight wasn't changing. I was doing thousands and thousands of damage to him. Nothing was happening in the fight until I was eventually just like, you know what? I'm gonna see if the other character's special abilities do anything. Does Paula's Prey do anything? Does Pooh's Mirror do anything? Like that. First thing I did, though, going in order from left to right, you know, resurrect Paula and pray with her. Boom. You know, things start moving. Then, at that point, I was a tiny bit disappointed that, like, all you have to do is pray. You know? It wasn't like now the boss fight begins and now there's a boss. It was like, you just pray 15 times and it's over. Which would have been more intense if Ness wasn't unkillable. I did really like that I was praying at the end, you know? At the end, it was like Dash is praying for him. I mean, that's awesome. It was really great. Just saying, Ness was, like, so unkillable that it wasn't very intense, you know? It was visually intense, though. Also, like, the fact that they have to, like, they say that living beings can't survive time travel, so they have to put your mind or your spirit into a robot and send the robot back in time is so awesome. Then you're walking around as 4 little robots, but one of them is wearing Ness's hat. It's so great. Dude, in Smash Bros, you know how there's multiple colors? One of the alternate visuals, skins, what have you, for Ness should be fucking Robot Ness. Why not? It'd be so cute. Anyway, I thought that that was really great. And the little robots were exactly the kind of thing that I like. Where they're like boxy tin can robots with little antennas coming out of their heads, you know? It's so good. And then the fight was really weird. Like, you go into a cave shaped like this, very tall and skinny, and then you walk through a bunch of fleshy tubes to fight what looks like an egg/fetus thing with someone named Pokey. I know it's Porky, but, you know, I'm just talking about my experience with the American version. Somebody named Pokey sitting there manipulating this fetus thing. Pretty sure I performed an abortion in that game. Years and years before, years and years before South Park, whatever the hell it was called. Pretty sure Earthbound had the abortion last boss. I mean, and oh right, don't forget the fact that we went back in time to defeat the bad guy. You know, like maybe to before he was born. Pretty sure. Earthbound, man. Crazy video game. Also, hello! Daisy? Who am I kidding? Daisy's the only one who'd give me Super and Link Heart, and then Ringo Happy Pup. Whoop! Oh, gee. Oh! This boss is hard. I tried to dodge. Let the record show that I tried. But yes, that was a crazy ending to a very good game. Oh, one more thing about it. The fact that the boss looked all creepy, and then as you were, like, defeating it, it started to become all, like, staticky and nuts and stuff. First of all, I really like when an enemy seems, like, so powerful that the world around you is, like, breaking down, like, reality is failing. That's what I thought was so great about Sephiroth. And why people are like, oh, Sephiroth, he's just an anime Bishi, and that's the only reason people like him, and Kefka was way better. No. The thing that I like about Sephiroth is that, like, things stop making sense when he's around. You know? Like whenever Sephiroth shows up in Final Fantasy VII, shit just gets really weird. You know? And I think that that's really, like, ominous and intimidating for the bad guy to just be, like, floating up out of the floor, and, like, sound gets weird and stuff, and it's like, what the hell is this thing? You know? I like that kind of thing. So, like, Gygus was kind of doing that, but I was also thinking that, like, your brain is in the body of a robot during that time. And if we're going back in time to defeat this boss, then as it dies, the need for those robots to exist is going away. So it's almost like we're looking through the eyes of a robot whose programming and functionality is starting to break down because the circumstances which require it to exist are going away. You know? So, like, you're getting, like, a glitchy, distorted view and stuff. And I thought that was really cool. Ugh. Boy, this boss wants me to be very good. At this point, right now, I feel like this boss might take longer than Artorias did. And the reason is that I'm two-handing a halberd. I've noticed that, like, I used to one-hand with the shield in this game very much more often. And I would like to be doing that right now. But the weapon that I'm using requires me to be two-handing it. And so... I kind of have to learn to just dodge and counterattack. Which, I'm not very good at. So I'm sort of fighting like a really difficult boss, using a technique that I'm not good at. Like, I'm much better at parrying than I am at dodge rolling and stuff. But hey, if I feel like I need a strategy change, we can do that. The problem is that I see these attacks coming and I try to time my dodges, but I'm always a couple frames too late. Oops. Ooh, if I can never get 2 hits like that, though, that's beautiful. Okay, okay. Alright, I gotta really start paying attention to his attack. So when he does that, I have a chance. Hey, Mega. What up? Mega, I'm trying to figure out when I'm going to play Grand Theft Auto 5. What? He does like a fucking 7-hit combo there. How does only one of the attacks kill you? Because I was dodge rolling away from him? Probably. That counter-attack damage, you know? But yeah, certainly a game that I'm interested. A computer strategy game, well, you know what's one game that I've always wanted to play on stream, and it just like hasn't happened yet, is StarCraft. Just plain old StarCraft. I love that game, and I haven't played it in a long time, and I've never played it on stream. I wonder if I can get a non-remastered version of it, though. Like, well, I'm sure I can. But, like, when I got... Okay, so... StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty. Of those, I've definitely seen you play Hearts of Iron. So, that kind of strategy game, though... Like, I call those megalonic strategy games, the ones that are like the whole world, like territory control around the world, and that kind of crazy stuff. That stuff intimidates me, and I'm not sure how much I would like it. Like Civilization and stuff. Like, the reason that I like StarCraft so much is, first of all, I like aliens. You know, aliens and that kind of fun stuff. But the other reason is that the matches are pretty short in it, you know? I don't, like, get super, super invested and then very slowly lose or very slowly win. Which might, you know, maybe I'm just not patient enough, but... That's one thing that's always drawn me more to that kind of style. But yeah, for sure though, Mega, like, I'm sure that when I jump into a stream of yours and there's 100 different things going on in your game, it only started out with 5 things going on, and you were there for each of those different individual conflicts to start. Which makes it a lot easier to keep track of, I'm sure. Going pretty well so far. How do you dodge this attack? Like, for realsies. For serious. What's a boy to do? Yikes. Is this a boss that you don't lock onto? Is this another flame lurker moment? Probably. start out on a land war with China, who you can push around, then it escalates into with everything against the USA. Yeah. I mean, Magic is similar in the sense that Magic is more similar to StarCraft in the sense that it's one short game at a time, you know? Some games go long. Well, unless you're playing online and people time out. I almost feel like it's kind of the opposite. Because Magic is something where it's really, really daunting to know, like, the meta. To know what decks people play. To know, like, to see one card out of a deck and then expect a bunch of others because you just know a bunch of stuff, right? And there's so many options for you to start with. So it's, like, really daunting to get into strategy-wise. But each game is just a short little thing. Ah! Manus! You're beginning to irritate me with your monkey arm. Enjoy the theme park build. Well, before you're lurking, what is your plan now that you maxed out your attractions on your mega park? I mean, you had a few bathrooms to close down. But what else? Are the people going to have to go without balloons? Monorails? Are you sure? I mean, that sounds like more of a Shelbyville idea. Oh, a monorail, you give multiple station platforms. It's only one attraction, but... Look at the big business brain on Daisy. Wait a second, though. How many trains? It doesn't matter how many station platforms. It matters how many trains you've got going. You know what I mean? A Hyperloop. Six trains of 2 cars. Oh! 6! Woo! See, there you go. There you go. You gotta make sure all 4 of those lines are moving. So, the Hyperloop. I'm glad you're here, Mega. I'm glad you've brought this up. I mean, I've heard arguments from YouTubers, you know, so it's not like I've come up with the science myself, but it really doesn't seem like a good idea, the Hyperloop. I'm not buying it. And one thing that I don't understand is why you would have this idea for this super dangerous new mode of transportation. And then you would say, okay, we're gonna make the design of this thing. Yeah, I saw Thunderfoot's videos. I really liked them. And what I don't get, though, is why give the design of the cars to a bunch of engineering students who don't know what the hell they're doing? Like, it makes a big event out of it where nothing gets done because none of their shit works. How do you dodge this attack? Yeah, I really like Thunderfoot's, like, his Kickstarter breakdown stuff the most. Like, the one about, the whole thing about Fontus, the self-filling water bottle, that whole saga is really great. To where, like, one of the last advancements of that product on their Kickstarter is that you can plug it into a wall now. Guess what? We made it so you can plug it into a wall to spend a shitload of money on electricity instead of turning on your faucet for 5 seconds. Like, what? Oh. And, you know, of course, who could forget solar roadways? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How do you dodge this attack? Uh-oh. 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 Ah, shoot. Electroboom 2? Oh. Is Electroboom a different YouTube person? Oh, okay. I have not heard of them. Okay, cool. Yeah, the most experience I have with, like, hearing about electrical stuff is Voltar, the guy that did my retro console mods, has some really good videos just about, like, certain cables and certain configurations and, like, why he disagrees with the way some people mod systems and that kind of stuff. Where it goes, like, way over my head, but he's talking about, like, why they shouldn't build a cable this way that has this kind of resistor on it because it goes along this rail and that'll slowly damage your equipment and that kind of stuff. But that's all, yeah, that's all theoretical, or that's all, like, talking. His actual, like, doing stuff is just soldering, which is great. I love watching it. Whoops. I'm planning on buying an AV Famicom really soon and trying to do an RGB mod on it myself, which I'm very excited about, but I bought a new soldering iron 2 weeks ago and it hasn't shipped yet, which sucks because my plan was to buy it, make sure it's good, then give it to my dad for his birthday, and then buy another one for myself. But apparently it's going to take forever to ship. But that's, I mean, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. But it's my dad's birthday in 2 weeks. Because before I bought any soldering stuff, I went to my dad's house to use his, and... Like, he solders stuff every once in a while, but... his stuff is... real... janky. Where, like, it works... but he could really use, like, a nice station. Something, you know, something small where it's not going to take up a bunch of space, but when he does need to solder something, it'll work. So that's the first thing that I heard, is that Hako stations are pretty easy to get, like, on eBay or something. Just get a used one, and it'll work really well. But, Voltar has a video specifically suggesting... Yeah, he's talking about getting a used, legit one, you know, so that it's cheap and functional. But he had a video suggesting a different brand. Because he was specifically looking for something affordable so that people could, you know, get into it more easily without having to do something like that. And found a really good brand. And I want to try it out. How do you dodge this attack? You have to just not be next to him. Or what's happening, really, is that, yeah, exactly, Mega. Like, you don't want it to be where it gets hot, and then when you press it to the metal just, like, sucks out all the heat from it, and it just doesn't, and like, it can't keep up, you know? The brand that he was suggesting, the one that he found and says this one's really good and affordable, has an LED panel on it that that tells you, like, it has like a percentage saying like how much percentage power it's utilizing in order to keep up, you know? Because, like, it gets to its idle temperature that you want it at, and so it's at 0 to 1% as it maintains that, you know. And then you can see on the panel when you press it to something, the percentage goes up of, like, we're putting power into it, you know. Apologies if I get behind on chat during actual fights. But I would like to beat this boss today. How do you dodge this attack? I forgot to dodge that. Like how to deal with it, I mean. Ooh, okay. How do you dodge this attack? I'm gonna ask every time I get hit by it. Because it's like now I've started... So he roars before he does it. And before I would just start trying to get away when I saw him do it, you know? But then he hits you. So now I'm waiting and trying to actually dodge roll with time to dodge the attack as I get away. Which I dodged the first swipe, and then he just hits you with the second swipe. And then the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh because he hit you with the second one. Anyway... If they got damaged, there was no replacement. That sounds a little stressful. Mm-hmm. What's depth charged? Boop. Oops. I keep forgetting to two-hand. So that's like hugely my fault. How do you dodge this attack? I mean, that one, I went the wrong way, but fuck, dude. Welcome to the grind. I'm feeling pretty okay about this boss. As far as how much damage we're doing, me being able to deal the damage. You know, I don't feel like we need to drastically change our strategy at this point. I think dodging and hitting him is working out fine. I just need to keep getting better. You know? Sometimes I'm just getting hit. And if we get down to the wire and I run out of Estus, I've got Humanities prepared. I don't really know when to check if he's comboing out, you know? Yeah. Sometimes I just get doinked. I'm also wondering if I should be, like, enchanting my weapon or something. Because we have just a regular plus 15 halberd. So that totally leaves me open to enchant it if I want. But if my enchanted Iaito, like the one that does magic damage, doesn't do anything to him, then I question the efficacy of enchanting a regular weapon using magic. We could try, though. I mean, Firelink Shrine is just a warp away. Yeah, so this kind of reminds me of the Flame Lurker, now that I'm, like, not locking onto him and just trying to dodge behind him. Like, anytime he does a move, basically my goal is to just get behind him. What? I mean, I just didn't have iframes there. Okay. very much dislike when I dodge just too late. Like when I hit the button at the time that I want the character to actually be dodge rolling instead of, you know, the moment beforehand that you actually have to do it. That was too early. Okay, let's actually see. I'm curious if enchanting my weapon will do anything. And who knows, maybe like fire is the way to go. I mean, I could just like level up another weapon and do like a fire enchantment and see what that does. But first, let's check out what you have. So he's got just magic weapon? Okay.
Goodbye, then.
Let's see if Logan is crazy. And if he's not, I think we can buy something from him. In the original game, when you go to warp to something, does it highlight cancel automatically? Or am I just thinking about every other yes/no prompt in every other video game ever? Where they highlight no, and you have to move over to yes. Ah, see, he has crystal magic weapon. And I think when you buy stuff from this guy and you give him souls by buying things from him, I think it drives him crazy. And he starts to, eventually he attacks you. I'm also gonna do something else drastic and crazy.
Come again. The knowledge here is limitless. I will absorb it.
Okay. Forgive me, but desperate times call for desperate measures.
We know that why
We needed the Firekeeper soul.
You
Oh.
monster!
Uh-oh.
The fair lady! What have you done? What have you done?
Oh. Oh god. Whoa! Whoa! Go god! I didn't expect this. I didn't expect the mass of worms. Oh god, the worms! Holy fuck. Stop killing me. Two-handing the halberd is not as good as one-handing the halberd. Like, holy shit. The moveset is so weird. It's like I'm trying to attack something on the ground and it's swinging over them. And then when I'm trying to attack something normally, it's like hitting their feet. It's weird. Alright, but I apologize for my transgressions upon humanity. By murdering the sexy spider sister. Does the Estus max out at +7? Because who else can we murder? We need to bring the soul. The soul needs to go to a firekeeper. And I can't think of where there's another firekeeper besides Firelink Shrine. So I guess I won't be getting +7 right now, but the +6 should help. Yay, don't ask me where I got that Firekeeper soul, please. Oh, she can't talk. Alright, great. She'll get the job done, no questions asked. Let's attune crystal. Oh, I already had Great Magic Weapon? Oh my god, where did I even get that? I probably just picked it up. Well, we'll try Crystal Magic Weapon. Which also means the catalyst goes in the left hand. Well, it wasn't the Firekeeper that had the worms. Her assistant attacked me and he had worms. She was a big spider lady, though, so that's kind of weird. Hey, Red Panda. Good to see you. Alright. Let's see what this does for us. Looks like almost nothing. Alright, I'll give him a couple regular hits. Oops, I did this again. Whoa! Whoa! I've got eggs. I've got eggs on my head. I can no longer wear a helmet. This place is so dark. It's so dark with the eggs. Why did I do that? Do you want to know? Because it's nothing I did. This just happened. This just happened. I've got Egghead now. Alright. I'm keeping the eggs. I like them. Alright, so I'm not gonna enchant. We'll see how much damage I do. Then we'll enchant and see what kind of difference it does. Dr. Robotnik. I like that you didn't say Dr. Eggman. Eggman. 315? Are you telling me I do less damage when I'm enchanted? How do you dodge this attack? I keep forgetting to sit down at this bonfire. Alright, well... we have Dark Pyromancy now. Inflict physical damage. Okay, I've never paid attention to dark sorceries before. Let's check these out real quick. Abyss, Dark Orb. Abyss sorcery discovered by an Ulasil sorcerer on the brink of madness. Fire Giant Dark Orb. In contrast to standard soul sorceries, Abyss sorceries are weighty and inflict physical damage. Perhaps human souls, because of their humanity, produce sorceries with more tangible presence. This one is fire successive dark orbs. And then we've got create a cloud of dark fog. Although dark fog is, in theory, relatively close to humanity, it also happens to be a terrible poison for humans. Perhaps it reflects man's cruelty against his own. I wonder if this hurts him. What does the fog do? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see what the fog does. Like, what if it damages him over time? Oh, that's right. We are embracing the dark on this playthrough for sure. I feel like having the dark sorceries do something to him would be a good way to balance the fact that magic does hardly anything against these DLC bosses. So it would be nice if I could use my intelligence to use dark. I just don't know what dark fog actually really does. I wonder if we can get a dark weapon. The mushroom in the Ulasil Sanctuary, I think, sells dark sorceries. Maybe there's one like that. Probably not, though. I mean, they don't want magic and dark to just be exactly the same. Plus, what would I be doing? Adding physical damage to a physical weapon? Okay, I don't think that did anything. I don't see the dark cloud, the dark fog. But I also don't see him taking any damage. Maybe what I should have done from the start was to cast it like this. Oh, it just takes a moment longer. He was interrupting me. Got it. Okay, well that might be good. Look at that bit. Okay, Now, it's hard to look at that bit. It's a little difficult, though, to sit here and experiment too much. Because if I just jam this boss, I'm gonna beat him, you know? But maybe I should spend a little bit of time not brute forcing it and just trying to strategize and learn something, you know? Okay, the dark fog was created on that one. He looked like he was just standing in it. You're standing on it, dude. I almost feel like I need to implement some kind of... Wait a second, 262? So, Crystal Soul Weapon was making me do about 20% more damage? I mean, that's good. I'm gonna try Dark Orb. And if nothing else, then I guess we are just gonna use Crystal Sword on him and, you know, do 20% more damage. But first, before anything, let's go to the Ulasil Sanctuary, talk to the Mushroom Lady, and see if she has a better sorcery for us. I haven't even... He's been kicking my ass so badly, I haven't even used one of my 20 Estus Flasks from the last time that I was in Firelink Shrine. Hidden weapon? Interesting. Turns right weapon invisible, so that's like for PvP. Makes me invisible. Cast a bright light upon surroundings. This bright light sorcery is elementary, but nonetheless demonstrates the achievements and mysticism of Ulasil. Okay. Repair weapon, and then chameleon. Interesting. Well, these sorceries are interesting, but they're not really going to help me, I don't think.
May the flames guide thee.
So, let's try Dark Orb. That time it did cancel. That time it highlighted cancel. Why? Now I go to warp, go to something, it highlights okay. We sit down. We go to warp. This, it highlights okay. I go to attune magic. Attune something. Go to warp. It highlights okay. Why did that highlight cancel that one time? What got Starman stuck in my head? Was I singing Eggman like that the first time? He's an Eggman, got bit by the worm. He's got the thing to cure it, but he kind of is in good spirits. Why don't you come down here so that I can stab you? Yeah, probably, Bread Panda. I'm experimenting a little bit. We might learn something. I might learn something. You might learn something. I mean, I'm thinking it's very possible that this Dark Orb is going to do 0 damage to Manus. But I want to know, you know? $115. And it takes a long time to cast. Alright. Here we go. We'll crystallize our weapon, makes us do a little bit more damage, and then we'll go. We'll get it. We will just get good and defeat the boss. Oof. It'll be out of my head eventually. You guys are drinking your water, right? That attack, man, it's like the most... It's so difficult to dodge. Alright. Oh, but yeah, the eggs. If you've never seen this before in the game, it's because I got bit. I think it's because I got bit by the guy with the eggs. Like, I don't know if you saw when he grabbed me. Hey, Drooby, how are you? When the guy with the eggs grabbed me, the egg opened up and a worm came out and, like, bit my face. Pretty sure it implanted eggs. And so now I have eggs, too. I wonder what he would say to you. Like, when you first greet him, he asks you if you're a servant of the spider lady. And if you say yes, he says... Oh, but you have no eggs. Oh, well. I wonder what he would say if you have an egghead. How's Dark Souls 1? Well, it's going well. We are fighting Manus. It's not impossible, but boy, this is the toughest Manus fight I've had in a long time. And the reason is that I have 50 intelligence, but magic hardly does anything to him. So we have to use... a regular physical attack weapon, which I don't have enough strength to one-hand. So, like, I'm two-handing a halberd, which is not my usual playstyle. And still not doing very much damage, because I don't have very much strength. Also, I failed to dodge every single one of those attacks. Which, like, kinda makes me want to say fuck. But, you know... To do so might be in poor spirits. But really, I pressed the dodge button every single one of those attacks. I was just late every single time. And when you're late 4 times in a row, you know, it makes you want to sing Eggman. Da, 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 da. Yeah, Ornstein and Smoke did not give me that much trouble. They gave me a little bit of trouble, but, you know, I've played through this game a few times, but I've only ever done the DLC, like, twice before. And the last time I did it, I had the Demon's Great Hammer and 50 Strength and was just, like, doinking everything left and right. So this is something I'm pretty unfamiliar with. It has not taken as long as Artorias, though. Artorias took me like 4 hours to beat. I also forgot to enchant my weapon. Yeah, it's a great fight. Are you... like, really, I'm pressing the dodge button... like, when I want the character to begin dodging, instead of hitting it a little bit early to let the game do it, you know? Like, what I'm saying is that I'm expecting 0 lag, but this is not a retro game. Games take frames to start doing things now. So yeah, pretty much every single one of my dodges is just slightly late. Which, it's not like I'm failing to react in time. I'm purposefully waiting for the right time to do the dodge. I'm just hitting them all late. You think your victory was a little bit lucky? What happened for me was... I would always use his buffing time to heal, and then I started to just get good enough, or at least have good enough RNG, where I stopped needing to heal when he did his buff. And so one time, instead of just waiting around for him to do it, I just ran up and wailed on him, and found out that you can knock him out of it. And, I don't think that that's exactly the reason that I won, but it definitely helped. What do I think of Demon Souls? I love it. I think it's basically just as good as Dark Souls and Bloodborne. And the 3 of these games... Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, I think are... basically, as a whole, the best game ever made. They get to... oh, I forgot to two-hand. They basically get to all form together into one game that is the best game ever. How do you dodge this attack, though? Bah. That's the kind of time where I shouldn't be attacking. But like right there, beautiful. I get 2 attacks. sure. Okay, he hit me on the jump. Hey, Drooby! Guess what game I just went to Target and picked up? Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu! I'm planning on maybe playing it if I beat this early enough tonight. And once we beat Manus, Gwyn is gonna be a joke. Oof, I got hit by that. Shoot. How do you dodge that attack? Oh my god. Oh, that one was going really well. Picked up a Pikachu GameCube controller for your Switch. Oh, neat. Can be exploited rather easily. Oh yeah. I don't remember if I parried him a bunch last time. I probably did. So yeah, this is kind of the game's real last boss. It's one thing that's a shame about DLC in general, is the fact that it throws the balance of this game off, you know? Because, like, fighting Gwyn right after collecting the 4 Lord Souls is fine. But fighting Gwyn after doing the DLC and fighting Manus is not balanced. Same thing with Bloodborne. You know, fighting the Moon Presence is pretty tough. Fighting the Moon Presence after Ludwig is pretty easy. I forgot to enchant. Just be nice. Thank you. I didn't even have to dodge that, I don't think. Oof. Shouldn't have taken 2 swipes there. How do you dodge that attack? Honestly, it kills every time he does it. I die. And like I'm dodging the first swing of it, but then his second swing is exactly at the right time where it hits me before I can dodge again, you know? Maybe I need to, like, let the first hit me, and then dodge the second one? That sounds counterintuitive, though. The other option is to be a little bit further away from him. Wasn't that enemy giving me 1,080 souls before? Does the egghead reduce the number of souls you get? I bet it does. That was a little premature. Oops. Oops. Okay, so that time I didn't dodge the first attack, and it looked like I had a chance to dodge the second one. I just couldn't see him right there. I couldn't tell what move he was doing. I guess I need to get rid of the eggs just so I can see if that's the case. I need to know. I mean, that's got to be what the mechanic is, right? What a weird number, though. Why would I be getting 450 experience if normally it's worth 1080? Let's see how much it's actually worth. $900. Okay, that makes way more sense. So the egg took half my souls. Huh. I didn't know it did that. I guess that makes sense as to why you don't see a lot more eggheads running around. Because if all it did was make it so that you couldn't wear a helmet, that wouldn't really matter because it's stylish in its own right. Okay, note to self. When he does the jump and I'm in the position, I don't even have to dodge it. I still tried really hard to dodge that. See, that time I wasn't in the position. Yeah, just keep jumping up in the air and slamming down. Alright. We've got this. One of these attempts will go somewhere. We did very well the one time. The one time. But yeah, so for the next game, what I was originally planning was to play New Super Mario Bros. Because I've never played through the whole game. But then I was watching Flex play Let's Go Eevee, and it looks really fun. And I feel like it might be the Pokemon game that'll finally be for me. I hate when I forget to enchant. That move, I really don't understand it. I bet when I played this before, I probably just blocked it with my shield. Wait a second. That time it gave me 1,500 souls. Why? Why on earth did that monster just give me 1,500 souls instead of 900? Okay, now I really think also that there was it was giving me like 1080 at one point or something. Oh, the whiffs. Like, really? Really? I'm doing my best with that. I think I just have to dodge slightly earlier. Like I just keep having trouble with. Rough. Rough stuff. So a bunch of people have been playing a new mod for this that like completely redesigns the game. Like the world is, you know, like the main geometry of the game is the same, but like locked doors are different, certain gates are different, you know, things that you have to do before other things are different, the names of all the places are different. They scholar up all of the enemy spawns and that kind of stuff. But that kind of thing is not really my thing. Like, if I played this game more, if I had beaten this game more times, if I knew where every item was and that kind of stuff, it'd be different. So I feel like the thing that is hurting me the most in all of my attempts at this boss here is, I'm basically, well, it's what I was saying a minute ago, which is that fighting this boss without a shield and just having to dodge all of his attacks is something that I'm very inexperienced at. And so I'm just kind of dodging as I best see fit. But I'm not very nuanced yet in, like, like, memorizing every one of his attacks and which direction I need to dodge and with what timing and stuff. So I'm kind of just relying on him to repeatedly do moves that are easy to dodge. Because I'm not good at it, you know? But when he does the tricky stuff, it gets me every time. And so, like, on that last attempt, he just did weird, tricky moves 3 times in a row, and just every one of them hit me, and I died. But if he just keeps doing the normal slammy attacks, then I'll be fine. Which is not, you know, like that. Easy. But it's not really the best way to consistently try to beat a boss. Oof. Just too late again. I need to just start trying to dodge everything earlier. Well, at least it worked. Yikes. Stop doing weird stuff. Just too late on that last dodge again. So that one started out pretty well, but then he just started, like I'm saying, doing a bunch of weird attacks that I couldn't deal with. Whew. That thing's back to being worth 900 experience, I guess. Like, did one of the humanities fall off the edge or something? I mean, I don't see any reason that an enemy would be worth a different amount of experience. So, it's gotta be something like, when I got 1080, it's gotta just be worth 900 experience, or 900 souls. And when I got 1080 the one time, one of the humanities behind me must have fallen off the ledge. When I got 1500, same thing. Because the only time that I've gotten less was exactly half. And it was when I had the eggs on me. I am liking the weapon enchantment, though. Like, it's not doing a crazy amount more damage, but it's nice. Hey, Mons. Ooh, that was so late. Or early, I mean. Jeez. Oofta. Yeah, magic does not seem to do much to him. It just seems like magic is so worthless in against all of the DLC bosses. This weapon enchantment has to look different from the original game. I don't remember him looking like this. I like it though. I think it looks cool. Yeah, I'm having a lot of trouble. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Flex. It's down here, right? I didn't realize something was chasing me. Ah! How was the rest of Pokemon today? I went out and I bought Let's Go Pikachu. But first I have to defeat this very difficult boss that I'm having a lot of trouble defeating. Like, way more than I expected, honestly. It's just that there's a couple attacks that he does that I'm just not good enough to dodge. Alright. Let's do it. No, I'm dead. Petting the Pokemon seems like the actual best part of the game. Like, from what I've seen, From what I've seen of Pokemon Let's Go Eevee Pikachu, I would say the very best, most enticing thing, the thing that I'm most excited about doing, is petting the Pokemon. So that attempt was going pretty good until he did that stupid Wombo combo that kills me every time. That said, I really think that I can learn to dodge it. I just need to do it. Best attempt so far, I probably got him down to like 3 or 4 bars. So pretty good. Shouldn't have attacked twice right there. Oh, I'm dead. I just can't dodge that attack. Like, if there's anything that's frustrating me about the fight, it's that specific attack. Which is funny because, again, I know I've said this a million times, but I feel like when I was using a shield, it wasn't a problem. But, like, I don't have time to just get my shield out when he does it. I need to, like, already be in shield mode. So, the proper way to approach this fight for this attempt might be to find a weapon that I can one-hand and upgrade it to a high physical damage amount. Or try a fire weapon. I don't know how he feels about fire. I mean, let's experiment and see how much damage this does. Okay, I missed him. Oh, it does nothing? Maybe I should have been locked onto him this whole time. That's why I stopped locking onto him. Was because of the whiffs between his legs. See, like, I'm dodging that. I feel like what I'm not getting about getting hit by that attack is I don't feel like I'm dodging late. I feel like it's just hitting me. I mean, it can't really be what it is, but that's what it feels like. Okay. "16 strength. That requires faith. I mean, let's just try something stupid here. Like, I can beat him with the halberd. But I don't know how much I'm enjoying it.
Well,
Need one more. Up.
go and get you.
Ran out of souls. But I have the slab. I don't know why I always feel the need to have my character face the camera when I do something like drink an Estus flask or that kind of thing. Okay, so I now have a level 15 longsword. And the longsword might just be a terrible weapon, but I didn't have another falchion, you know? I think the falchion probably would have been better to use. Who knows, though? Maybe I can't one-hand it. I think I can, though. Alright. So back to old strats here. Classic dash. Will you come down here? Ooh, yeah. This will probably be a disaster, but let's see. I might need to use a different shield, actually. Yeah, see this combo? You can just shield it. So that's a pretty big deal. This sword does a lot less damage without the enchantment, though. Ah, still got hit a little bit by the combo, though. Okay, I have another stupid idea. For some reason I never use these. But I don't like... I don't ever use them for something cool. I just hoard them. So why don't we just use these? Sanctuary Garden. Why don't we just get 16 strength? Instead of this dumb longsword business, why don't I just make it so that I can one-hand the halberd? 'Cause that's what it needs, right? 16 strength? There. Now I can just one-hand this stupid thing. Alright. Much better. $10,000 other souls? I don't know. Well, I'm probably gonna lose them. So, in case I want to level up something else, let's just come down here.
Well,
And purchase a bunch of Titanite shards. And then also... Grass Crest Shield. Its stability goes up if I level it up. Why not? Plus, maybe it'll pull a Demon Souls
go and get yourself.
and stealth increase the stamina regeneration that you get from it, but of course that's not going to happen. But it was like that in Demon Souls with the Adjudicator Shield and other things where their buff would change depending on their level. Okay, so I probably should have put this 2 strength on a while ago, so that when I decided to use the halberd, I wouldn't have to two-hand it. The reason I didn't and I stuck to not doing it was that before I was kind of committed to using that katana, and so I was saying, no, I will not go over the requirements of the katana. And everything else goes in intelligence. Wow, that did a lot of damage. But I still think that it's not even going to be the answer. One-handing. I think what the answer is probably going to be is lock onto the boss more, and when he does his combo, pull the shield out. Or something like that, you know? But let's just see how this goes. We're getting good. Look at this. Uh-oh. Shit, this stupid combo again. I should have dodged away from it after blocking the one hit. At that point, I think I'm probably in the clear to dodge. That felt really good, though. I can totally deal with that. Yeah. I think this is the strategy that is going to win me the fight. You know, shields in Dark Souls, they're really good. If I had just been jamming attempts this whole time, though, I probably would have won by now. Probably. But maybe not. The problem was I wasn't enjoying the attempts where I felt helpless against his combo. And so I just want to switch up strategies to where I feel like I'm in a little bit more control of the fight, you know? This one's not feeling too good. There, now dodge. Okay. Now, kind of as I was describing with the cat boss in Dark Souls 2, what this will really let me do also is figure out how to two-hand. By having a shield for a little bit of buffer, you know, if I attempt to block a certain attack, and I find out that I can just stand in a certain spot, and the shield just doesn't even get hit, I know from that point on that I don't even have to dodge that attack, you know? And that's very good information. Uh-oh. He started dilly-dallying a bunch, and so I did too. God, the stupid jumps. 420 damage. Yeah. In perfect isolation, here behind my wall. A gift, you say? I'm excited. I want to beat this boss so that I can go doink Gwyn and play Pokemon. Put him up against the wall. That move always gets me too. Still whiffing a lot of attacks. Like that one. I think I hit him one time with that weapon enchantment. Shoot. That was not the correct way to deal with that. And I'm dead. Is the G intentional? Is there a special NXT, NXTG? Or is it just NXT you gotta watch? Oh, okay. Alright, alright. We're gonna get him. We're gonna get him. Oh! My phone went off a minute ago, like during an attempt. What was it? Oh, okay. Double switch? No. I was just watching something about how Night Trap was a big part of the original, like, video game content scare that led to the ESRB. Like, Mortal Kombat, of course, was a big part of it, but Night Trap was a huge part of it, too. That was a bad time to Estus a second ago. Ah. Oh, got me. I was really excited to re-enchant my weapon. Oof. Missing him is really frustrating when I just whiff the attack. That's a halberd problem, though. Night Trap was Sega CD, right? It wasn't like 3DO. Yeah, it was Sega CD. The boundary got me on that one. Okay, okay. Keep calm. Oof. Yeah! Oh! Whew! Oh! Oh, jeez. You see, shields, they're really good. Sometimes you just gotta use a shield. Oh. Alright, alright. That was great. So, I still don't totally understand who this person is. I feel like what I've heard in lore though is people seem to think it was implied that you're supposed to, well, maybe not supposed, you're not really supposed to do anything in this game, but you know. Hey, there's a bonfire. We did it! Alright. Get up to 30 endurance. Get back to our normal equipment here. There we go. Attune back to this other thing. Forgot to also do this. Right, the warp, it defaulted to cancel on that one. I don't know what the logic is on which thing it goes to for warping. Sometimes sometimes it defaults to OK. Sometimes it goes to cancel.
What is it? I am your guardian. Go on. State your wish.
Warp.
Very well.
We already did Onion Guy quest.
Still,
That was Onion Guy's daughter.
trust thy flesh to me.
But hey, perhaps he's out there again. I don't know. Yeah. Alright, dude, check this shit out. We have prepared the large cereal for you. In your big bowl. Here you go. He's a big serpent. You know, and he needed a big cereal. Or maybe it's for Gwyn, I'm not sure. This place is pretty sweet. Into the kiln. Look at this guy. survived. Which ending? Well, I didn't talk to Frampt. We have Darkstalker Kath here. So I'm kind of going that route. This was a hot PvP area for a while? Ah. Oh, multiple platforms like Twitch and other places? No. So I stream on Twitch, I archive those streams on YouTube, and then I occasionally make like an actual YouTube video, like a game review or something like that. Oops. But live streams are always on Twitch, archived later. Yeah, so I really like how this place looks, and just like the enemy placement here and the general emptiness of it isn't the most interesting thing in the world, but it doesn't really matter that much, because like just the flavor of this area is so good. I like the old slash across the back because it reminds me of Pulp Fiction. Ah. Remember when Bruce Willis has the katana and he goes up behind the cop and he's like, yeah! Not one more last little hidden item. Alright, here we go indeed. Yeah! Yeah! Oof. Oof. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. You can summon Solaire. Yeah, I'm not really doing summons. Alright, so this time I'm not going to waste my time with all the stuff on the way. I'm going to attempt to just run. Well, it's working out splendidly so far. What if I do this? Okay, it didn't work. But that's only because he wasn't hitting me anyway. That thrust, yeah, it sounded like my chosen undead loved it too. Okay. All right. Hello. Oh, so I was just gonna say, I don't really know his moveset very well. And the camera is pointed very far down, being looking at him, or being locked onto him. No one's asking you to count. Ah. There we go. Your dog. Oh, yeah? Get away from me. I love the sound that this game makes when you parry. Just the doom. Doom. Okay, that one I'm a little mad about because I accidentally started two-handing and then like couldn't stop. Like I don't know, I don't even know what happened. I don't remember my thumb going up to X and initiating a two-hand. And then I just couldn't make it stop. Just hit one of these. Well, okay, yeah, he's just He's taking his time. Oof. Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof. Did you guys see the recent Half in the Bag with Macaulay Culkin and then the Best of the Worst with Macaulay Culkin? The Best of the Worst is pretty great. Okay, let's just pop this. Keep an eye out for that. Ah! Oh, right, there's an AVGN with him. I need to watch that. Alright, here we go. Hooah! Yeah! Okay. Okay. I'm learning his moves. Okay. Yep. So if he attacks really fast like that, you can parry the second one. But if he attacks slowly, then you can just parry it. That's what I'm getting. Oh, but if he grabs, you should probably just dodge it. I tried to parry for the win there, but apparently also queued up a dodge roll, so we did that. Yeah! Two-hand. Get him! Yes! Yeah! Yeah! Alright. Soul of Gwyn, Lord of Cinder. And now we could rekindle the bonfire. Like King Seeker Frampt wanted us to. But I think we will follow the words of Darkstalker Kath. Quit telling me what to do, drunk! We will follow the words of Darkstalker Kath. Begin the age of man. End this foolish cycle of rekindling the bonfire. Who needs that? When we could leave. Put a stop to the cycle. And enter a new age.
My lord, bless thy safe return. Let Kath and Frampt serve your highness. We are here to serve your highness. Let true dark be cast upon the world. Our Lord hath returned.
Yes, Lord of the Sock Puppets. Oh, yeah. Everyone else might be screwed, I'm not sure, but I have my glow-in-the-dark helmet. So, I was thinking about starting new Super Mario Bros. For DS. But then I was watching my brother play a game, and I decided to also get the game. So I went out to the store today. And I picked up this guy. Where's my other camera? Oh, I left my other camera upstairs because I was drumming. Yeah. Little Pokemon, let's go Pikachu. I'm not sure if I'm going to play the whole thing on cast, but maybe. I want to play a little bit of it, eh? 26 days till Kingdom Hearts 3, nice. Gosh, Sora! We're gonna have a new adventure! Alright, well, I'll crack this game. Let me go get my other camera real quick while the credits roll here. Ugh. Alright. Now we're prepared to start the next game. Yeah. Whew. Any names on there that I recognize? Voice actors? No, like not a single one. Oh, right, because this game's voice acting is done, like, I don't think in the US. So we don't, you know, half the characters aren't Steve Blum. The software manual was designed by Masamune Company? Havoc is copyright Microsoft? Really? I never knew that. For some reason I thought Valve owned Havoc, but maybe they just, like, made it able to... Like, maybe they just made a game engine out of it or something.
Yes, indeed.
I don't know.
The Dark Sign brand.
They bought it? I thought it was developed by Valve. Because Half-Life 2 was like the first Havoc game, right? Alright, so then we have NG+. Yay! And with that, we have my first Dark Souls Remastered playthrough. So that was fun. And I'm going to take a 1-minute break and come back with Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Yeah.